Dear students, very good morning. Welcome back from Bharat Sir in our e-learning program. As you all know, we are continuing chemistry, and in chemistry, if you can remember, we have started chapter number 2. In every lecture, I always brief student regarding regarding the previous lectures. So, my dear student, you have in chapter number 2, that is acid, base, and salt, you have already attended 5 lectures. Till these 5 lectures, what we have discussed, let us first brief a little bit about it. You have been briefed in lecture number 1, that is some general properties of acid, base, and salt and their natural resource. At the same time, we discussed, if you can remember, then in next lecture number 2, I gave you an idea regarding chemical properties, regarding indicators, natural indicators, synthetic indicator, olfactory indicators that we discussed in our lecture number 2. In our lecture number 3, 4 and 5, we discussed about chemical properties of acid and base. Understood? So in 5 lectures, we are able to cover this many topics. Okay? Now, my dear student, we talked a lot about acid and base. And today, the topic which we want to discuss today is, let me first mention the topic. Actually, you can't consider it a topic. Understand? You can think of it today our 6. Okay? And what we are going to discuss, though in textbook they have titled under number 2.2, and they have titled what is common between acid and base. That was the title, and they have performed. Actually, the title is this: what is common? That is topic 2.2. What they have given title, what is common between, what do you think, what is common between acid and base? That's the title. I am not writing the full title, but I can say at least what we are going to discuss today. Between acid and base, what is common? Actually, there is nothing common, but some of the fact which we want to discuss today are common between acid and base. Okay? Now, my dear student, if you start speaking name of all acid, chalo, start speaking with me. Name of all acid. What you find common, let us discuss. I will not write formula here on board. You can write. I will just speak. You can write in your book because you are with book only. Take an example. I am speaking the name of one acid first. Hydrochloric acid. Write the formula. HCl. You written hydrochloric acid, HCl. I will just write the formula for understanding only. Hydrochloric acid. What is the formula? HCl. Start thinking. I speak the name of other acid, sulfuric acid. Can you guess the formula of sulfuric acid? H2SO4. Sulfuric acid, we have written the formula. You all know this very well. Should I speak the name of other acid? Hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. Let me speak the name of other acid. Nitric acid. Can you suggest me the formula of nitric acid? HNO3. Nitric acid. Understand? Should I still speak some other acid? Take an example. I speak one another. Phosphoric acid. You note down the name? Phosphoric acid. Let me write H3PO4. Phosphoric acid. Atla enough for clear understanding. So I have written name of some of the acids here. Let me write name of some base. Okay. Let me write. Can you speak out the name of any one base? Sodium hydroxide. And can you guess the formula? Sodium hydroxide. NaOH. Understood? Speak the name of one another base. Potassium hydroxide. KOH. Still 4 acid, so 4 base let us take. Calcium hydroxide. Can you speak the formula of calcium hydroxide? CaOH twice. Magnesium hydroxide. Can you speak the formula of magnesium hydroxide? MgOH twice. What is common in acid and base? That is what we are going to discuss, my dear student. See, we have written 4 acids and 4 base already. Now, can you mark some common in all acids here? See, presence of H. Presence of H. Presence of H. Presence of H. Understand? That means all acid consist of which ion? H plus ion. If you ionize them, तो H plus ion बने. Understand? तो H plus ion is common in all acids. Any acid, you speak the name, any acid, they have actually presence of H plus ion is actually the real identification of acids. So all acids, understand, possess H plus ion. Can you mark something in base also? Suppose here base, see, OH, OH, OH2, OH2. Ultimately, if I say base has which ion in them? OH minus ion. This can be called hydroxide ion. Which word I should write here? Hydroxide ion. Understand? And this is hydrogen ion. Try to understand. This is hydrogen ion. Okay, and that is hydroxide ion. That means one thing is clear. as far as acid are concerned, they have one common factor that all acid possess H plus ion and all base possess OH minus ion. So for acid H plus ion and for base OH minus ion. So acid and base has one thing common, that they both releases. Acid releases H plus ion and base releases OH minus ion. If I want to generalize the formula of acid, I can write this way: MH. M means any other element, but H is present always. So this can be the general formula of acid. Understand? So what could be the general formula of base? Can you say? Let us utilize X. So XOH. That is the general formula of base. This is for acid and this is for base. That means one thing has been clear, that between acid and base, one thing is common, that both have presence of ion. Acid has presence of H plus ion, base has presence of H minus ion. That has been common between acid and base. Presence of H plus ion in acid, presence of OH minus ion in base. It does not occur automatically. Actually, when you dilute acid or base in water, you all know, when the dilution of acid or base take place in water, means when you prepare acidic solution or basic solution, at that time acid release H plus ion and base release OH minus ion. H plus ion means hydrogen ion, OH minus ion means hydroxide ion. Because whenever acid and base are diluted, they release H plus ion or OH minus ion. That is confirmed. They are going to release this type of ions, and because in dilute form they release ions, and you all know one thing, that ions are capable of conducting electricity. You all know ions are capable of conducting electricity. So generally acid and base are non-conductor of electricity, but the moment you form them in dilution form, they both are good conductor of electricity. Take an example. Do we think that only acid and base have such type of ions? No. Hydrogen and hydroxide ion are also present in alcohol, glucose, etc. You mentioned the formula of glucose. What is that? Can you mention the formula of glucose? What is that? C6H12O6. There are already hydrogen. Suppose you speak out the formula of alcohol. Understand? Just we write C2H5OH. So that doesn't mean that only acid and base possess H plus and OH minus ion. Glucose as well as alcohol also possess that. But when they are diluted, they do not release like acid and base H plus and OH minus ion, and because they do not release those ion, they are not even in pure form or in dilute form, they are bad conductor of electricity. Understand? In textbook, one experiment has been given, and that you can easily understand. An experiment, suppose you take one beaker, okay? Suppose we have taken one beaker already. Okay. They have performed some such experiment for students understanding in textbook. Okay. Suppose one beaker is there. Okay. I am just showing you activity. Why? So that in exam if you are asked, you should be able to understand and write it. That's why only. Otherwise, it's so easy that you can do it yourself without my help also. Okay. Suppose you have taken one beaker. In this beaker, what you have to take? We are just wanting to say, in fact, I already explained that acid and base are good conductor, alcohol and glucose means some other compounds are not good conductor. Just perform an experiment. You take one rubber cork. Suppose one rubber cork is taken. You place the rubber cork here. Okay. Now in this rubber cork, you insert two nails to make electrode. This is one nail inserted here. Okay. And another nail. Both the nails are actually inserted for creating electrodes, positive and negative electrode, and then you have to connect them with the external source of with external circuit actually. Two nails are inserted in rubber cork and then they are joined externally. Okay. Take an example this way. You have to join with this way. Okay. Chalo. Okay. From here also. Right. And we are going to keep one bulb here. One bulb also we are going to keep. Okay. And here some battery of small type. Okay. Suppose battery is here. And here we keep one bulb. Right. Chalo, bulb. In electricity, in physics, you will learn various types of symbols also later on. Okay. This bulb has been also kept in circuit. Okay. This is negative, this is positive. So obviously this is negative, this is positive, anode and cathode. And here, my dear student, in the beaker we have to take either dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, fill so that at least the electrodes which we have generated here, those electrode needs to be immersed in this. Okay. These are the electrodes. Okay. Now this has been the experiment. If you just want to label what we have taken, my dear student, one beaker is taken. Okay. This is what a rubber stopper is there. For what purpose? Rubber cork also you can write. Then two nails. Nails for what purpose? As you know, to create electrodes. Now this is actually cathode, negative electrode, and this is anode already. Okay. Then this is battery, 6 or 10 volt, whatever you can take. Okay. And this is bulb. Okay. And here what we have taken, I am mentioning both, either dilute HCl or dilute NaOH. Both we will take. One by one dilute HCl, dilute NaOH, then we will take glucose also, and then we will take alcohol also. We will perform the same experiment repeatedly understand, repeatedly by taking various ingredients to prove actually what happens. Understand? Now, my dear student, what actually happens that I want to explain you, okay? You all know very well one thing, that whenever acid and base are taken here in dilution form, they release which ions? Acid H plus ion and base OH minus ion. So whenever acid and base are here in dilution form, they both release H plus and OH minus ion. Because they release ions, ions are capable to conduct electricity, as you all know. Understand? So because the presence of ion is there in the solution, the electric current will start flowing, and as you know the direction of electric current from higher to lower potential. Okay, so electric current start flowing, okay, inside the suppose here, just mind it, now electric current comes in this electrode. Because of the presence of ion, it travels in this way, understand, reach to this electrode and back, okay, and then the same electric current this way, the circuit gets completed by electric current, okay. And why the circuit is completed? Because of presence of ion. So whenever you have taken the solution of dilute HCl or dilute NaOH, that means any acid or base, because they release ion and complete the circuit for the flow of electric current. In case of dilute HCl and NaOH, you will see the bulb lights up, okay. Whenever you take the mixture of, or you take the dilute HCl or NaOH, the bulb lights up. That means acid and base are in dilution form, good conductor of electricity. Will this happen in case of glucose and alcohol? Not at all. It will never happen in case of glucose and alcohol, because when you prepare the dilution form of glucose and alcohol, they do not release H plus or OH minus ion. And because they do not release H plus and OH minus ion, you can say that they are normally bad conductor of electricity. And this experiment actually proves that whenever acid and base are diluted, they release which two ion? Acid release OH ion and base release OH minus ion. Understand? So one thing is common between acid and base, and that is what? That either acid or base, both are good conductor of electricity in dilution form, because when they are diluted, they both release H plus ion and OH minus ion. So my dear student, you understood the importance of H plus ion for acid and OH minus ion for base. You just start speaking or thinking name of any acid or any base, you start speaking the name, everywhere H will be there, everywhere in base OH minus will be there. Understand? So for acid, presence of H plus ion is a must. For base, presence of OH minus ion is a must. But one more thing, my dear student. Do you think that acid and base release H plus and OH minus ion normally? Never. They release both the ions, acid release H plus ion, base release OH minus ion only when they both are in dilute form. Means when you prepare their dilution, means solution with water, then and then they both are able to release H plus or OH minus ion, and because when they are in dilution form, wet form, then and then they release H plus and OH minus ion, and then they create effect. Understand? Generally on litmus paper. Let us just understand one exam in activity they have given in textbook. Understand, acid and base show their effect in dilution form only. Understood? Right? Let us just try to understand one experiment that has been given. Is this clear? And you must have noted down everything. Let us understand another experiment of different type, where they actually are giving an explanation that either acid, they have just explained an experiment of acid only, but either acid or base, they show any type of chemical behavior, understand, when they are not dry, but they are in dilution form. Understand? Let us just try to understand one experiment which they have already given in textbook. Okay, suppose let us perform that experiment in detail. Okay, suppose, my dear student, suppose uh, we want to understand whether acid and base in dilution form are only effective. Understand? Let us try to guess this. Suppose let us perform one experiment. Suppose you take a test tube. They have already explained as an activity. Okay. Suppose you have taken a test tube, right? And here in this test tube, right, in this test tube you are taking what? So in the first you will close the mouth of the test tube. Suppose, because we want to see whether acid or base in dilution form, understand, are active or not. Understand? Just take an example. If you first you have to take uh, at least two substance here. I am just showing them by different color so that you can understand. This black which I have shown here, understand, this one, this is already, we have taken what, that I will just explain you. Let me write. Chalo, sodium chloride I have taken, NaCl. Okay. Then in NaCl I am going to add one acid. This blue I am showing, that is acid. Okay. Suppose I have taken sulfuric acid here. Okay, my dear student, two ingredients which we have taken. One sodium chloride I have taken, that's in solid powdered form, and I have added sulfuric acid in it. The reaction will take place between these two, and they will produce one particular acid. Understand how the reaction take place? Let us write NaCl, that is sodium chloride. Okay, sodium chloride when react with H2SO4. Understand, that is sodium chloride when react with sulfuric acid we have taken. Understand, right? In liquid form the reaction take place between these two, and they form actually what? They form HCl gas plus Na2SO4. Okay, balancing matter, just place 2 here, Na2SO4 in liquid form. So actually what happened during this chemical reaction between H2SO4 and NaCl, when the chemical reaction took place, hydrogen chloride gas is produced. Actually hydrochloric acid, but in gaseous form. Now this hydrogen chloride gas which is produced, understand, will start coming out of the, suppose one rubber cork is here, and we have kept one delivery tube here. Okay, from the delivery tube, this dry HCl start coming out, dry HCl. Okay, we want to see that in dry form is it active or not. Here HCl coming out from here. Let us do one experiment here. We keep 2 litmus paper. Acid is traveling in this in gaseous form, that we all know, that is HCl. But and you all know that it turns blue litmus red. I am keeping one by one 2 litmus paper here. Understand? Litmus paper 1, both are blue in color. Then I will take another litmus paper. Okay, both are blue, but first litmus paper and second has one difference. What is that difference? Actually both are blue only. This is also blue and this is also blue. But the first one is dry litmus paper and second one is wet litmus paper. So my dear student, when HCl emerge out of the delivery tube, release tube, it will create effect only on the wet litmus paper, not on dry litmus paper, because presence of wet litmus paper will release H plus ion from HCl, and release of H plus ion will immediately show the acidic effect. Understand? So this is one experiment they have explained. So acid and base both are very effective in dilute form. Understand? Now one more thing, my dear student, which I want to share with you, that has been confirmed that for acid, can you tell me, and for base, chalo, for acid, which ion is common? Understood? Whenever in dilution form, can you tell me the name of ion? Hydrogen ion. For base, which ion is common? OH minus ion. Understand? Whenever acid and base are dissolved in water, means they are in dilution form, they both release H plus ion and OH minus ion, that is confirmed. And the strength of the acid is presence of H plus ion. Strength of the base is presence of OH minus ion, means strength of acid can be defined in terms of presence of hydrogen ion. Strength of the base can be defined in terms of presence of hydroxide ion. More hydrogen ion, more strong acid. More hydroxide ion, strong base. So presence of hydrogen ion will determine whether the acid is concentrated or diluted. Presence of hydroxide ion will determine whether base is strong or diluted. So my dear student, one thing has to be very very clear in your mind now. Okay, for acid, presence of H plus ion. For base, presence of OH minus ion is compulsory. Now one more thing which I want to share with you just now is that after this experiment, see my dear student, let us just erase, okay. Now one more thing. Okay, for acid and base, one thing has been very clear in our mindset. What is that? Okay, for acid, understand release of which ion? H plus. For base, release of which ion? Can you tell me? Which ion? The hydroxide ion is compulsory. But is that happen, my dear student? Suppose some acid I mention, M, H. You all know MH means acid. Now when this acid is diluted in water, okay, actually what happens, my dear student, can you say, when acid is diluted with water, obviously it will release which ion? Can you tell me? H plus ion. So actually what should happen? Just try to understand. M plus H plus ion. Actually acid is disassociating in ions. Understand? M and H plus ion. M can be minus and this is plus. But one thing I should explain, my dear student, is it possible that H plus is ultimately what? Can you say me? H means hydrogen. Hydrogen has one proton and one electron. No absence of neutron is there in natural hydrogen. So H plus means, you understood? Proton, no? Do proton exist independently? Not at all. So it is never possible for hydrogen ion to exist independently. So never hydrogen ion remains independent, but it immediately reacts with water molecule, and it will never exist this way, but it will exist in the form of which ion? H3O plus ion. This is called hydrogen ion, but H3O plus is known as hydronium ion. Understood, my dear student? Hydronium ion. So now when about base, so it's already confirmed. Base ma nothing to be discussed. Understand? If I just write base XOH plus diluted in water, it is what? X plus and OH minus ion. OH minus ion can stand independently. So for base, we will think of the strength of hydroxide ion, but for acid, Now we start speaking a new word. We will not speak that the presence of hydrogen ion describes the strength of the acid, but we will utilize the word presence of which ion? Hydronium ion, because hydrogen ion means simply proton and it cannot exist independently. It has to combine with some molecule. So here hydrogen ion will combine with water molecule and forms H3O plus ion, which is called hydronium ion. No doubt, generally when solving example, we are not speaking every time hydronium ion, we are speaking hydrogen ion only. But whenever I speak hydrogen ion, you have to think of H3O plus, because H plus ion cannot stand independently. In case of base, there is no question, because hydroxide ion OH minus, understand, can stand independently because it is already diatomic ion. You know, na? You understood in 9th standard. યાદ છે ને monoatomic, diatomic, polyatomic ion. So this is diatomic ion. So it is able to stand independently and exist independently, but not hydrogen ion. So hydrogen ion will always combine with water molecule and forms hydronium ion. Understand? So my dear student, before we this topic is over, and before we move to next lecture, one thing has been clear. For presence of for strength of acid, presence of which ion is compulsory? Can you name? Hydrogen ion. We will speak hydronium ion also. And for base, presence of which ion is compulsory? Hydroxide ion. We call it OH minus ion. For acid, hydronium ion. For base, hydroxide ion. Understood? So that has been clear in our mind. Okay. One more thing, my dear student. Every now and then during my lecture, I start speaking one word. I have been speaking the word, and that was dilution. Understand? Dilution means dissolving acid and base, that you all know. Understand? My dear student, when you prepare dilution form of acid and base, you have to add acid and base in water and not water in acid and base. Understand? For the safer measures. Understand? Baki to it causes may blast and all things you can understand easily. But dilution means dissolving acid and base in water. Understand? And whenever you dissolve acid and base in water, acid when independent, it has more concentration of H plus ion, but when dissolved in water, the concentration of H plus ion decreases and it become dilute acid. આપણે બોલીએ ને, we use the word concentrated acid and dilute acid. What does it mean? Concentrated means it has more concentration of hydrogen ion, but when you dissolve in water, that hydrogen ion combine with water molecule, and as a result the concentration of hydrogen ion decreases. That's we call dilute acid. Similar case with base also. When base is independent, it has more concentration of hydroxide ion, but moment you dissolve it in water, what happens? It loses those hydroxide ion. That means the concentration of hydroxide ion decreases. We call it dilute base. Understand? Concentrated and dilute has this difference. Concentrated has more concentration of H plus or OH minus ion, depending acidic or basic solution. Dilution means less concentration of H plus and OH minus concentration. Understood, my dear student? So that topic almost we have discussed. What is common between acid base? The strength of acid base is H plus ion and OH minus ion. How to prepare dilution form, and acid are only effective in wet form. That also we understood. Okay, right? And my dear student, one more thing. Acid and base all definition is not a part of our study, but many scientists have tried to chemically define acid and base. That is Svante Arrhenius, name hasn't been mentioned in your textbook, Laurie Bronsted, they all define acid and base as one particular compound. Acid release H plus ion, base release OH minus ion, that is compulsory. But when they release this ion, when they are in dissolved form, means it is compulsory that to identify whether given substance is acid and base chemically I am speaking, they has to be dissolved in water, means you have to prepare their aqueous solution only. Then and then you will come to know whether they are releasing H plus ion or OH minus ion. All universally accepted definition of acid and base that has been given by either Svante Arrhenius or given by Bronsted Lowry, understand, all are actually based on the basic principle of preparing aqueous solution of any substance to determine whether it is acid or base. Okay. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the strength of acid and base, and we will discuss about pH scale. Okay. Thank you very much from Bharat sir for attending today's lecture.